But the thing I saw is what they would use to get people to buy the books or go to their seminars or get their tapes was they would preach a philosophy of quantum leap. If you read my book or listen to my tapes, you're going to have success in 90 to 150 days. And at first I thought that's okay because the concept of quantum leap got them to do something they might not have done if they didn't have that. But then I saw the other side of the coin, and that is people who have their day of decision or day of discuss or day of dreaming, decided to engage in activity, read the book, went to the seminar, listened to tapes, went down the road of 90 or 150 days, didn't get the results they were hoping would happen. All of a sudden, they would lose belief in what? The information. There was nothing wrong with the information. Or they lose belief in themselves. And they would not only just go back to the day of discuss or decision or dreaming, they go back to a day worse than it because they start thinking, maybe it's just not for me. And that's when I became the anti-quantum leap person. That's when I started finishing the book, The Side Edge, and published it because it wasn't the information. It wasn't the hows. It was how to do the hows. See, the things we ask you to do to be successful, 2 exposures a day, anybody can do them. They're easy to do. They're easy not to do. If you do them, you don't succeed. If you don't do them, you don't fail. The difference between doing them and not doing them is insignificant. Doesn't matter in the moment. And nobody's watching you, so who cares? Nobody's going to tell. And that's when you find out who you are in the moment. It's the ability to string moments together. But we got to quit telling people quantum leap, because that's not the reality of life. Okay? There's a natural process. The difference is here, people, we got a company in a space with a product, with a business model, with a management team, with a culture, with a DNA that really is here for the long term. So a person is willing to come in here, honestly apply themselves, and build themselves and build this business. I can guarantee you, when they get to that point, whatever that point is, it's different for everybody, we will be here for them. Okay? And that's the biggest thing. That's what makes us so different than other companies. If somebody comes in here and puts in the time and does it the honest way, they're going to have something. So with that said, what do we do with these people? They're at the highest level of anxiety, the lowest level of knowledge. We got to close those gaps. We got to bring their knowledge up and their anxiety down. First thing we got to start doing is got to start learning. There's 2 sides of this business. And I'm going to get philosophical. I'm going to share with you what I think the 2 sides of this business is. There's the side of the business and there's the side of the person. Okay? There's the messaging and there's the person delivering the message. You are the messenger. The message is the product or the opportunity, the training or the communications. You're the messenger, okay? That's why we work on personal development. That's why we work on happiness, because it makes you a better messenger. But on the message side, I believe everything has to be done third party. We break our company down into 3 categories, how I look at it. We have the exposure side, we expose the product. We have magazines for that. We have the Reflector Youth for that. We have now the CBS review, which is amazing for that. We have the new Beautiful You for that. We have the product prospecting for that. We expose the product, okay? Or we expose the opportunity. We have the Nowcon system. We have the videos. We have the magazines. We have all those things. They're all third party, okay? I believe you do everything third party. And for the people who've been around me, I'm boring you to death, but I got to say this because I'm talking to the new baby brand partners. But you really got to get the power. Mark was up here talking about the power of third party. Because in my life, if you ask me if I wrote a book about how I did this business and had success, is because I became very good at third-party tools and very good at creating great messengers through personal development, now happiness, okay? Why third-party tools? Because third-party tools work without you being there. They work in depth. They work in distance. And they work with a dud to a stud. That's what I want to have happen, okay? If you try and teach somebody a big, long presentation, that doesn't work without you being there. I used to have people come in all the time and say, Jeff, you got to come talk to this person. Well, we'll win the battle or lose the war. Because I could probably talk the person into it, but they're going to say, hey, I got to be there. Jeff's got to be there for me to be successful. Or I got to know what Jeff knows to be successful. See, whatever I'm doing in approach mode, I want them to be saying to themselves, I can do what you're doing. I have the time to do what you're doing. And I'd be willing to do what you're doing to my friends, family, and neighbors. And so it's got to be working in depth. It's got to be working distance. It's got to be working without you being there. It's got to work a dud to a stud. It's got to work. I got to believe that I can do what you're doing. I got to believe that I have the time to do what you're doing. I got to believe that I would be willing to do this with my friends, family, neighbors. Third-party tools does that, okay? So here's what we've done as a company. We've really focused on third-party tool systems and personal development or happiness for the messenger, okay? So let's step over here to the third-party tools. We break it down into, like I just said, the exposure, the product opportunity. I'm not going to go through that. We have all the training for that. Then we have the training. It's all third party. We have the kit that comes with a CD in that kit. Okay, it's Dennis Windsor and Mark Smith, down to 80 minutes. You understand they had to try and figure out how to take 500 minutes and get down to 80 minutes? So those are important 80 minutes, okay? Talking about a little planner kit, the planner, all you have to do, which in the planner, the most important thing is the 8-point system. And it talks about that, okay? Here we have the new brand partner training where they go into the back office and there's new brand partner training and the wheel that they follow. They followed that, okay? Then we have regionals and things like that, but there's the training, but it's all third party. Then we have communications, third party. With a team Miriam call on Sunday night. We have the corporate update call on Tuesday.